Hello, everybody. We are back again, a day late because of me. But we're here. And once we get our technical issues of this webpage figured out and OBS's awkwardness, we'll be moving right along.
All right, there it is.
There it is.
Okay, so everyone, welcome to the show.
Welcome, everyone.
Hold on one second before we get started.
Oh, got to do the announcements that we're live.
Yep.
Ready to go to all our loyal followers. So, how has your week been, everyone? Mine's been okay. I got my 4970K or 4790K. Yes, dyslexia.
Like, wow, that must be a beast.
It is. No, but yes, I'm running a 4790K on a Z78 board, so it was a little bit tricky getting it going. Not really. I just had to flash a new BIOS, but yeah, everything's working pretty good. I got it overclocked a little bit. Had a little bit of stability issues at first, but because I was trying to run 4.7 gigahertz at less than 1.25 volts, and it ran perfect. It'd do benchmarks for hours, but then like when I was streaming games, like I was streaming Counter-Strike, about an hour and 50 minutes in, it got a blue screen of death. So yeah, that didn't work out too well. So I had to lower the clock to 4.6 gigahertz, so 100 megahertz less. So, but I haven't quite fine-tuned it yet. I gotta spend a little bit more time on it to get the overclock just perfect. Maybe squeak that extra 100 megahertz out of it or something. We'll see. So I haven't. Let's see. My cooling is only. I don't even know what this thing's called. A Pantech or Fantech or.
Fantech.
Is it Fantech? I can't even remember.
Yes, it's a fan. So yes, it's a Fantech.
Well, I can't remember. I just remember there's a
PHANTEK.
Okay, yeah.
Fantech.
Was it 140 or 120 mil?
I think it's 140.
Yeah, but it's a pretty big cooler. But it's not like your GT or Corsair 110
awesome.
GT. So I mean, that's pretty good. But I don't want to push a lot of volts because when I do like ADA 64, what's it? ADA 64 VPU test. It throttles because of temperatures. But I don't know how normal that is. So I don't know. So that's why I want to keep the volts as low as possible. So plus and less power. Like so right now I'm usually like on my old Sandy Bridge and then the old Haswell i5 that I had an adaptive voltage. Right now it's just still on fixed voltage. I haven't tested adaptive voltage and all that. So still in the preliminaries of the overclock. So but so far 4.6 gigs. It's running pretty good. It does OBS medium on Counter-Strike if I have no streams open. Like I can't watch my own stream, get that one viewer.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell the issue is with the 5820K last night, but I don't know. But for whatever reason, anytime I stream to Twitch or whatever, especially only with Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike just runs like shit. Like just absolute crap.
You need to set your launch options the high priority for Counter-Strike. Once you do that, I never had any issues. That and you can set the threading as well. I don't know how much of a difference that makes. But
I'll have to
definitely,
do
it. You definitely have to run it on high, because if you run it at the same priority as OBS,
I'm like sitting there running along, and if I try to strafe to go around a corner or whatever, and I'm just trying to run to my location or wherever I'm going to be to hold an angle or something like that, I look at the corner of a building, and it's like kind of like you can just tell that it's like skipping across, and it irritates you so bad, especially with the 144 hertz. Huh?
Because I know, when I run a higher bit rate, I
was only at 2700.
Yeah. Well, when I get around 3000 bit rate, for some reason, I feel like a little bit of stutter lag. Like, I don't know if it's like the interpolation or something like that in the settings that I have.
It's irritating as hell.
It's really annoying. Yeah, for me, I hate it.
It's so impossible to play that way.
I don't know if it's a Bright House issue or ISP, or if it's that's just how it is. because I don't know how all these other people can stream it and it be that jittery for me, because you can feel it in your movement.
Yeah.
Like when you're running, it's like it jitters.
Yeah.
Or I guess like
yeah. Everything that you pass, you can see it just blinking.
Minute.
Yeah, it is, but it's enough to where I feel like I'm just like playing crappy.
I absolutely hate it. Yeah, that's why I have to stream at 2500 bit rate, because
I'll try 2500 tonight then. Because 25, I mean, is 2500 bit rate at medium would be better than 2500 bit rate at like very fast, right?
Yeah, because you get
quality.
More compression.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
So, because that's what you're upping. Upping the compression works good. So, but yeah, so the Intel CPU is awesome, but this Intel CPU isn't very awesome.
Oh, that segue.
Yeah.
All right. So the first article that we were going to talk about, I posted it into the chat, is Gizmodo. I guess they did a review of the Intel Compute Stick.
Yeah, Sean Buckley.
And they said, "Don't buy it. It's a pile of crap."
Yeah.
And we were really kind of wanted to read a little bit more about it because we don't understand how it could be just absolute crap. But
well, personally, with my overclocking, I haven't done much research, so I wanted to do more research on it.
Yeah, he's
this guy. Well, wait,
there
we go. This guy is a Google fanboy and just wants the what is it called? The Chrome stick.
Chrome bit.
Is that what it is? Chrome bit, whatever it is.
That's not what it is at all.
The Chrome.
Honestly, I'd rather this be compete. I like competition, so shut up.
I mean, yeah, but
anyways, I am a Google fanboy. So anyway, basically what it was that their whole mentality was that it was going to be share, or what was it? Work play. What the hell was it supposed to be?
Oh, the work slogan.
Yeah, work play stream or work play. Something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, it's 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, which I read on the PC Mag article about it, was that I guess it had, after the OS installation and everything, there's actually only 19 gigabytes available of the 32. Usable is 19. Yeah. And then it's got a quad-core 1.33 gigahertz Intel Atom processor. And I guess
boggles my mind.
Like, as this guy says, that it's like it sounds good on paper, but apparently there's a lot of drawbacks with it. I guess like they try to do game streaming or something with it, like to stream a game to it or something like that through Steam, and it couldn't do like the simplest of things. I guess they tried to play like really simple games on it, like a Candy Crush version, like that's on Windows in the store, and it just ran like shit, I guess. And the big thing that I know that people are complaining about is that I guess the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth chip are the same chip. So I guess if you have Wi-Fi on, the Bluetooth screws up and is very intermittent. So like if you're moving your mouse around, it'll just cut in and out, and the mouse will just kind of like just appear randomly on the screen.
And horrible.
If you're using all of your like a Bluetooth keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse or something like that or whatever, then the Wi-Fi is very intermittent as well. So like the Wi-Fi will cut in and out. So like you can't stream anything to it and have Bluetooth going at the same time.
Yeah.
It would just be horrible.
So it's kind of useless.
Which is pretty much what this thing I figured would be used for. I mean, it's meant to be plugged into an HDMI port. So most HDMI ports, if not all HDMI ports.
I guess we get to give them the premise of the idea is just a computer that you can just go plug into your TV, and then you can access your email and do all this other stuff. Or if you have like a presentation, you can plug it into a projector or a TV on the wall and do your presentations and stuff like that.
I mean, but then you can't use anything wireless. Kind of so it's like, what the hell? You plug it into the back of the TV, and you have to be 3 feet from the TV with the keyboard and mouse.
Bluetooth keyboard and start typing on it, and your internet drops. And
right. And I think they said also that it only has like it only supplies like, what is it? I think it was 500 milliamps or some crap like that.
Oh yeah, USB is only 500 milliamps.
Yeah, so like the dongle or whatever, like if you wanted to have like a hub or something to hook up more wireless or wired devices or whatever, they said that it worked okay, but they tried plugging in a what was it, external hard drive or whatever into it to power that up or whatever, and it couldn't do it. So I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like I'm not sure you'd like this and the Chrome bit if they're USB powered. I'm assuming. So they only have 500 milliamps to run the system, and then everything else. So
yeah,
there's very limited. But
yeah, I don't know how they get power.
It's through USB.
Where does that plug into then?
The USB on your TV, I guess. That's what I assume. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
like I'm just thinking like the Chromecast. You know how you have the
okay, it plugs into the side.
Yeah, and then it just runs from that to the USB and powers it.
Okay.
You can have a wall adapter if you want, like the
and
Chromecast does.
One thing that and no, it's not because I'm a Google fanboy. One thing I noticed about this one that isn't with the Chrome bit is the Chrome bit has that sweet little 90-degree swivel.
Yeah,
so you can either have it straight out or bent, so that way it can go flat up against the back of your TV or monitor. And this one doesn't do that. So they said that they said
everyone remembers that from our first show we did.
You have to use
our first our one feature.
Yes, that one that got saved and
deleted.
Uploaded to YouTube. But I guess there's like just like the Chromecast or whatever, it has like a little 3-inch USB or HDMI adapter, like extender.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're in a tight area, and it's jamming into the wall, you can just.
That's their solution instead of having that sweet little rotating swivel bit that the Chrome bit does.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, the guy Sean, what was his name? Sean Buckley or something?
Yeah, Buckley.
From Gizmodo, it was not very happy with it at all. Was not pleased. And then
I think part of the problem is because it runs like a Windows-based OS. People expect it to be like a laptop, or they try to do too much with it. Maybe like plugging in a bunch of USB stuff and then drawing too much power out of the USB. I mean, that's this little thing without a power source. I mean.
Yeah,
there's only so much you can do. So I think
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like
objectively, they may be expecting too much a little bit out of $150.
But then you can't use the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi at the same time. There's no Ethernet cable. There's no Ethernet port, so it's not like you can say, okay, well, I'll just wire it, have a wired internet access, and then I'll just use my Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. There you go. I'm all fine and well. But you can't even do that. So it's literally.
Oh, no, I agree. That's definitely a Bluetooth design flaw. But
it literally seems like it's pointless at this point. But
yeah,
PC Mag
missing the mark that Google I think definitely hit.
PC Mag said that the Pros it's a full Windows PC for $150. Small, light as a candy bar, plugs directly into the HDMI port in a monitor or HDTV. It can add storage via micro SD. You can add up to 128 gig micro SD to it for extra storage, which is nice. It does 802.11 BG or N Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and of course it doesn't have any fans, so it's quiet, which that's pretty obvious.
They have the onboard storage because you can't use Wi-Fi when you're actually using it. That's why they add it. And the Chrome
exactly.
Doesn't.
So
it's a Chrome bit. You can use the internet and do cloud-based storage. Because realistically, I mean, you shouldn't really need a bunch of storage on a pocket computer.
No. Oh, yeah. No, definitely not.
But that's why they added it.
Right. So you plug it in, put all the stuff on it that you want on it, and then you go and do your presentation.
Then you can use it. Because then, when you're moving around the mouse or typing on the keyboard or whatever, you won't be able to use the internet. So.
Right. So I posted the PC Mag link as well in the chat. So if anybody wants to take a look at that, they can take a look at that.
Yeah, it's another.
Of course, I'll put all the links in the description as well.
Review. So I guess people are saying they're a little bit too nice on Intel for it.
Yeah.
I haven't read this article, so.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments or whatever were asking how much they got paid by Intel to write this review, because all the other reviews that people have written about it or whatever has been just an absolute no, stay away, 1 star, and all this other kind of stuff. So, but they gave it 4 out of 5, saying it's excellent.
Other one that we've seen.
Is there a fire?
There is a fire.
Did your cat in the background burn down the house?
Probably.
Is my link broken over there?
What?
That link
actually
is broken.
It is.
That's weird.
It's fine. If anyone in the chat would like to,
they could just highlight
I will
on
make
it.
one. Just post in the chat, and I'll fix it for you if anyone needs it. If not, we'll in the YouTube description we'll fix it. We'll have a Bitly link, and it'll be no problem. Is that what it's called? Bitly? I can
Bitly,
remember.
yeah.
Little short links.
There's Bitly, and then there's also
Teeny URL or something. I don't know.
Tiny URL, yeah. Okay, so the next one is about Android Wear watches, which I have one. So so this is the next update for Android Wear is going to top level app list, always on apps, and hands-free scrolling gestures. So I guess you can like wave your hand over and it'll scroll through your shit, which is really dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of cool because that's the one thing that always annoys me with this watch is I'm constantly having to wipe finger smears off of it. Because it drives me nuts. Like I swipe something away or whatever, and the next time I look down at it, I just see like it looks like I got done eating like 7 million Doritos or Cheetos or something while playing Call of Duty and wipe it all over my hand, even though I didn't do anything. It's really weird. It's like it holds like finger oils so bad, so that might be a little helpful with that. But the big one is Wi-Fi support. Which I'm not really too sure what you would use the Wi-Fi for. I guess maybe you could stream music to your watch.
Yeah, I guess it just makes it more independent, so it's not relying on your phone so much. So it's more like a watch, I guess. But, I mean, then you're just killing battery because you have to run the Wi-Fi signal and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's really needed on a smartwatch because it's supposed to interface with your phone. And that's the whole good thing. But I guess I don't know. Maybe I haven't really looked into the Apple Watch. Maybe they have some Wi-Fi features, and they're just trying to, battle that or, offer similar features or something. I really don't know. But I think they might be trying to move it away from more of like a tech watch or something like that, where it's you have to sync it with your phone. It might be more like they're trying to become more of like a standalone watch. So if it was linked to Wi-Fi and you could, sync it up with your stuff or something like that, that's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, I'm not sure why you really need Wi-Fi. I guess there's a few of the early release watches, like the LG products, the LG Watch and LG Watch R, that will not support the Wi-Fi. But we'll see. But most of all the Wi-Fi chips all the phone chips use the same kind of processors, the SoCs, I guess you call them, the system on chips. So they all have the built-in Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of turning it on via software. Most of them are built in with the hardware.
Oh, hey, what's up, Aaron in chat? Yeah, Twitch sign up is a pain in the ass. Everything about Twitch is a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is. So hopefully it's still streaming decently.
Yeah, it is. I haven't had any kind of buffering or anything going on. So
yeah, like yesterday.
He's completely. Aaron has wanted to support me with this whole thing, but every single week I say, "Well, thanks for coming to the tech show," and he's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "I didn't even see a link for it." So I made sure that whenever I posted it on Google Plus this time, I actually tagged him in it, so he had no excuses. So anyway, this whole thing here, I don't know exactly how far you went with it because being a dad is awesome. So I had to go handle some business, but I do know that the LG G Watch and the LG G Watch R are being left out. Oh, you did talk about that?
Yeah,
that's the big one.
Versions of the watches.
Yeah, that's the big one. Everybody is like absolutely irritated by that because the G Watch R, of course, was the big one that. It's a round face, but it doesn't have that little cutoff on the bottom like the Moto 360 does. So everybody was eating that thing up.
Moto 360 has a cutoff?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I thought that's one of the features. Well, I guess it's just a round interface.
Yeah, it's a round interface, but yeah, I don't know if I can pull it up. But right at the bottom, you see it. It's got that weird little cutoff. Oh shit.
The G-Shock smartwatch.
See, there you go.
Oh yeah, I see it a little bit.
It's got a cutoff because that's where like the radio and like the sensors and all that kind of shit is. So
yeah,
but I guess the Moto 362, I guess I don't know what they're gonna call it. Moto 720. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe they'll just go the Xbox way and they'll just make it a Moto 1.
Yeah, the Moto 1.
Now with more NSA. But yeah, I guess the new one or whatever is going to be 100% round. There's not going to be any pieces missing from the bottom of it or whatever. I want Casio to drop a G-Shock smartwatch. Yeah. I actually have a Casio G-Shock watch face that I put on my on my Moto 360 for a while. Really? Yeah, it's badass. It looks just like an old G-Shock.
Nice.
It's awesome. It kind of drained the battery pretty bad though, so I stopped using it. Yeah. But anyway, so most of the watches, like it says here, the original G Watch and Samsung watches have the Wi-Fi antenna because that's the holdup on the G Watch R is that the antenna wasn't included.
Yeah, they just didn't include them.
So the Samsungs have the antennas, but the Samsung themselves haven't came out and said yes, this is all going to work fine. So that's the reason why it has the question marks.
They'll want to sell you a new device rather than give their old device features. That's pretty much what Samsung likes to do.
Yeah. So here,
that's what they hope to do.
I'll post that link in the chat as well for anybody that wants to take a look at it. Let me see. I'm just trying to look through my notes to make sure I caught everything that I wanted to catch. All right. So now on to the next one. This is I got two about Microsoft just because what is that? What the hell they call that? They're not their trade show. What the hell they call that? Their keynotes, a keynote thing or something that they just did. They just held a
like a little conference
about Microsoft or Windows 10 and all that kind of stuff. So I know you haven't messed with this, but Project Spartan.
Yeah,
Project Spartan was their replacement for Internet Explorer.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
And I actually just upgraded to the latest build of the tech preview on both the old laptop and my 2-in-1. And Project Spartan is awesome. I mean, I honestly, I tested it against Google Chrome on my 2-in-1, and it used like a third of the amount of RAM that Chrome uses.
Yeah, Chrome is a resource hog now, man. It used to be lightning and fast, but
dude,
more.
Project Spartan or whatever.
A memory bug or memory leak or something in
probably
Chrome, because occasionally, like when I start lagging in some game, when I had only 8 gigs of RAM, but it was lagging like when I was doing I can't remember what games. But the larger games when I think it was like
DayZ and GTA.
Yeah, H1Z1 and stuff. I'd start getting some stutters every once in a while. I'd look at my RAM usage, and
open world
Chrome
stuff
would be using because on my second screen I usually have a stream up or something like that. Because I don't know why.
Because you like the party.
Game,
that's
never
why.
Look at it, but it's that background noise.
Because I like the party.
On or something.
Why do you need a TV and the radio on at the same time? Because I like the party.
I like to party. But anyways, the RAM usage was up to like I think 3.6 gigs or something like that. And it was a certain process because I killed that process. Everything else was functioning fine. So I don't know if it was like an extension or something. That was
a lot of it, I think, is the Hangouts extension. To be quite honest,
it might be, yeah, because
for whatever reason, it's just a freaking messenger. I don't understand why it eats up so much. But then again, they've had a freaking memory leak and freaking Android Lollipop for fucking 5 or 7, 8 months now, and they still haven't fixed it.
Yeah. Here's the link that we're talking about now.
Oh yeah. So anyway, they decided to finally wipe away Project Spartan and actually release its name, which is Microsoft Edge. So
which is
Edge
off the Edge HTML.
Yeah, engine? Edge HTML engine that they're doing.
Which I didn't know browsers had engines. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, dude, they're like 8 cylinders and stuff.
Need more boost.
Yes. So it has Cortana integration, of course, which I've been playing around with Cortana in the latest build. It's much better. But I guess they dropped a build last night, like late last night, like 11 o'clock or something weird,
Like
just random, like a new build of the tech preview.
Oh, okay.
It has like it's now called Microsoft Edge in the tech preview instead of Project Spartan still, and I guess they added like a whole mess load of features to Cortana, which makes her way smarter and not so retarded. Because now
it sounds like they're polishing it up Windows, man.
Yeah,
it might actually be that June release that I was talking about.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I guess it has quick note taking abilities. That was like one of the things that they made a big deal about, which who gives a shit?
It'd be kind of nice that if you're in class or I guess a lot of older people, but yeah, if you're in class, you could just set it and it like auto does the notes from the teacher's lecture.
That would be sick. Like Cortana, take notes, and she'd just sit there and type it all out for you, and you just sit there. But yeah, I guess I followed a link from this. I believe it was from this article. New features. I think it's the early previews include new features and all that other kind of stuff or whatever. But it leads into another article that mentions that, or they mentioned, I can't remember the guy's name that is heading up this whole Microsoft Edge thing, but he mentions that Edge will be able to support Chrome and Firefox extensions.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is a big deal too, because I know Internet Explorer has like nothing, pretty much.
Yeah, which is weird. I mean, I know old. I don't know if the latest usage. I haven't seen it, but I think Windows Explorer is pretty low.
On what?
Like overall web use or browser usage. I thought Chrome was like the highest, and then it was Mozilla.
You mean like the amount of people that use it?
Use it, yeah. Percentage.
Oh well, Jesus, yeah. I mean, obviously, Internet Explorer is the bottom of the list.
Yeah,
or close to it. Well, it's mostly used by old people and businesses.
Yeah, because they don't allow anything else. They're still stuck on XP and
But the funny thing, that's you bring up a funny thing though, is because they never had Chrome or Firefox as like what do they call that? Official or supported? Yeah, supported browsers at where I work, and it was always Internet Explorer. Well, then. You could still download them and still use them. And then, of course, when one of the IT guys would come by and start messing with your computer to help you fix it or do whatever, they're always kind of look at the icon and be like, oh, of course, the younger IT guys would be like, yeah, because they knew that nothing was blocked through Firefox or Chrome. So you could get to YouTube, Facebook, do all that kind of stuff where it's all blocked through Internet Explorer. Well, now it's not like that anymore because now they're officially supporting Chrome and Firefox, so now all that shit's blocked. So
you just gotta find another browser.
You gotta find another browser, which I've tried just about all of them. And
I think there was one that I remember hearing about, but I can't remember. It was some kind of like Google Chrome kind of name. It was some weird.
I know Opera.
No, Opera, but it was like a small one. I don't know. I'm probably just talking out of my ass.
It's not Tor, is it?
Common. What's that?
Tor? Tor?
Maybe. It might be.
Tor browser is staying hidden from the NSA.
Yeah.
They say that if you Tor, you're on the watch list.
Indeed.
So, but yeah.
On the watch list, so it doesn't matter.
One of my other notes about Opera. Edge. Yeah. One of my...
That's an old school one.
Yeah, Opera's good. Opera made a big name for itself as far as phones. Like I know whenever the older
big back in the day.
Well, they were big back in the day.
The big thing was like Netscape and Opera.
Well, because they do all of the
logo that Netscape had. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
98.
But Opera does everything on their end and then sends the information back to you. So it helped slower machines and slower internet and all that other kind of stuff. So that was a big thing for phones as well, because then they did an update to where it did the same exact thing on phones. Opera Mini, I think is what they called it. But I used it a lot on like the MyTouch 3G and the MyTouch 4G and all that stuff because it was way faster than the Google's own browser, the Android browser.
Yeah, it was a little bit lighter on its feet than other browsers, especially when you have an old phone with only, what do those things have? I don't even think they had. I think the MyTouch might have had like 256 RAM.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
I
real
remember
bad.
the G1 only had like 192.
I still have that phone out there. Every now and then I walk by it and I pick it up and I'm just like,
how did I use this?
I'm like holding it like like, how did I use this thing? It's so small. But then like when I first got my Nexus, or what was it, Galaxy S3, I was like, oh my god, this thing is freaking monstrous. And then I got the Nexus 5, which was a little bit bigger screen than the Galaxy S3, and I was like, holy crap! It's like, this thing feels like I have a freaking like tablet in my hand. And then now it's small.
Yeah,
like it feels so small. But Opera
like,
joined forces with Chrome. So Opera is working with Chrome.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. But the one thing that I do, I mean, I made some notes, personal usage of playing around with Edge and all that kind of stuff, is that the one thing that I really hope that they do is allow you to change the default search engine for Cortana and Edge, because I hate Bing. I absolutely hate Bing. And it's not because I'm a Google fanboy. Have you ever tried searching anything on Bing?
No.
Like the first 7-8 things that come up on when you search for something are irrelevant to what you searched for every time.
Well, they're probably all ads. That's why.
It's just random crap.
Yeah, it's
Opera Chromium is
stuff.
Opera's new name. Oh, really? Yeah,
Ninite.com.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good site. I think that isn't Ninite the site that Ninite. I believe Ninite.com is the one that you can go to and select all the programs you want to install. Isn't that it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do it's for system builders and shit. So if you build the system and you know that people want all these different things, you check all the ones you want and it auto downloads all the
awesome.
All the setup things and run them and shit. It's such a badass website. I'm so mad that I didn't find it until after I installed Windows 8.1 9 million times.
Yeah, I know. I never even knew about this. This is awesome.
I'm gonna
have to look at that.
Ninite is awesome. I have it bookmarked now I'll probably use it for my aunt's laptop when I fix it tonight.
Yeah, I needed it when I reinstalled Windows yesterday.
It's cool because you could just be like, oh, I want Chrome, I want this, I want that, and I want Adobe and all this other stuff, and it'll just do it all for you. It'll go out to the proper websites to download it and everything. It's crazy.
That's nice.
But yeah, they only use Bing, and you can't change the default search engine. So if you say, I think it's, what is it? I think the hot word is hey Cortana, and then it'll be like ding, and it'll make a little chime noise, and you're like,
nice.
What kind of, I don't know, show me reviews of something, and then it'll open up Bing, and it freaking takes forever, and half the shit isn't what you wanted it to be. We have a corporate license with Ninite. Nice. I didn't know they even have.
I think there wasn't there
What is it? What does the licensing give you? If you can go on there and download stuff for free, what's different with the licensing? Oh my god,
it's corporate stuff. So it's a little bit of well, I guess he can't hear me now, but the businesses is different. I don't know really, because there's freeware versions that I need to get corporate licensing for some reason.
What?
No, it's just saying for freeware for some reason, some software you need business licensing. I don't know, because you're making money off the product or something.
Oh yeah, true. If you're using it for productivity and all that kind of stuff, and that makes sense. Merges with active. Oh, really?
That's nice.
That is nice.
Indeed.
Sweet. Learning all sorts of stuff from this guy.
Indeed.
Thanks for being our one viewer. All right. So you posted that link to that, right?
Yes.
Edge. Okay. All right. So on to the next one. Another Microsoft one. It was big news for Microsoft. I'm sorry. We'll talk a little bit more about the random crap after we finish up these last two articles. But it was just a really big day / couple days for Microsoft, because they were
they had the
blasting out everything that they could for Windows 10, which I'm super excited for, and I'm not a Microsoft fanboy. So anyway, this here, I read a little bit about it. Some of it was kind of over my head because I don't do a whole lot of software coding and programming and all that kind of shit. But the notes that I did make was that I guess they're going to have Project Islandwood and Project Astoria. So Islandwood, I guess, is the Objective-C toolchain, as they call it, and the middleware layer that will provide the OS APIs for iOS. So basically, you'll be able to developers will be able to run all of Mac and iOS applications and stuff within Windows 10. So
Yeah,
it's a big deal for that.
Those APIs and then
right. It's mostly for Windows Windows Mobile, I guess, is the new official name that they're calling it now. It's just Windows Mobile now. It's not going to be Windows Phone 7 or Windows Phone 8 or Windows Phone 10. It's just Windows Mobile.
It's better. Yeah.
Because I think it's for anything under 8-inch screens. I believe, is Windows Mobile, because like the Surface or whatever, the Surface Pro and the new Surface 3, it's 12-inch screen or whatever, and it's just running regular Windows 8.1, so it's not mobile. But I guess Candy Crush Saga was the first to be ported to Windows Phone using the method of it'll convert the coding to work with Windows Phone from iOS or Android like on its own. And I guess the developers mentioned that they only had to change a small percentage of the coding to get it to work properly, but it saved them a shitload of time on the porting process. Yeah. And I guess Project Astoria is the one for Android apps, but they have the big thing. The problem is that anything that uses the Google mobile services, like the geolocation stuff and the in-app purchasing abilities, won't work with this.
Yeah.
So anything that uses because all the GMS stuff is closed source, it's not AOSP. So that's the big problem there. So they would have to pay Google to allow them to do all that crap, which is where what I find is interesting is that Google. They won't be able to do all the stuff for Google, but yet Apple is 100% open with them being able to do all the APIs.
Apple's market share.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm just surprised that Apple, being so closed off, and you're only allowed to buy our shit and our shit only, and all these proprietary cables, and you wouldn't think that they would be the ones that would be so open with letting Windows just run with their stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I figured Chrome would be more, or Google would be more, hey. We like people that root our phones.
It's probably
and
not. It's probably just the way Google does the in-app purchasing or whatever, the way their servers or whatever work. It's probably not like they actively are trying to block it. It's just that happens to be the way it is. Maybe eventually they'll do a workaround or something like that, or Google will help them out with a workaround or I don't know, something to get it to working. But
the cool thing about it, though,
it's not that they're actively trying to block it.
Right. So you could just take any old APK. Like if I had an APK for Netflix that works for Android or whatever, I could just drop it into this thing and it'll convert it or whatever, and it'll run natively on Windows 10 or Windows Phone. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
But is it only for? It's going to be for Windows Mobile, right?
Yeah, Windows 10 and Windows Mobile.
Okay. I don't.
It's mostly focused on Windows Mobile.
To bring it on Windows 10. But
yeah, I guess just so you can test it and do all the coding and everything on a rig rather than, you're not going to do coding on your phone.
Well, obviously.
So that's what I'm saying. I think they just have the APIs in Windows 10 to allow you to code for it and
or maybe they're
test it on the computer and then you can send it.
Because the Windows marketplace will be the same for the phone as for Windows 10 or whatever. That's probably more along those lines. So they just added it in or something.
Right. Did we? We did not.
I'll post it. We're pretty bad about linking the stuff.
I got it. There we go.
Ars Technica.
Ars Technica. So the last one I had to do just because I'm an Apple or Android and Google fanboy. So I had to do this one.
Get you dig into Apple.
Watch. So the Apple Watch Any app, basically any app that tells time is not allowed. So you
Which
have
makes no sense.
their 9 watch faces to choose from, and that's it.
It kind of fits Apple's motto, though. I mean, you
Yeah.
get one phone, and that's all you can do. Where Google is like, oh, you can. We're all individuals, you know. Or
Yep.
I can't remember what their Android, they're saying or their premise is for their commercials. It's
Android?
like the same but different or something
Yeah.
like that. I can't remember.
That's it.
I don't know, but yeah. So it's like
It's the same but different. So like they're all running Android and they're all one and the same,
but
but
you're
they
all
all
just a
are
little bit
different.
different. Or
Different
Apple's like, no, you
phones.
have to be
Yeah.
just like this.
Yep.
You get one phone, and that, well, I guess you get 2 now but that's the same thing, just different sizes. But
Well, you can choose between white, black, and gold.
Well, I guess it's the same.
But that's the argument that I always have with people that complain about Windows. Okay, I mean I understand that. I think I might get burned for this, but I believe Aaron in the chat is a Linux guy. I think. And so a lot of people always burn me for Windows on Google Plus. Anytime I mention that I have an issue or a problem with Windows, they're always like, "Go Linux." That's always what they say all the time, and I get it. I mean, I understand the whole open source concept, and Linux is awesome. But man, I sit down with Linux builds, and it's just
it's a lot more to it than
it's daunting. Like just, I mean, I enjoy. I mean, yeah, call me a computer noob, whatever you want to call me. But like, I like the idea of saying, man, I really need a PDF reader. So I go on, search for PDF reader, click the thing, it downloads an exe, I click it, it installs it, and it's done. Whereas whenever I go into the freaking store on Ubuntu or whatever, I'm like, oh, you got to do this apt-get and all this other stuff. You got to type in like all this freaking shit just to get a freaking program, and then you don't even know if you're actually typing in the right name. Half the time, I got to Google what the code is to type in to command line just to get it. And I'm like, oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass. So that's the big thing I don't like about it.
He likes an
iPhone. No, but the one thing that I always say about when people say, well, you know, but just Apple just works or Macs just work. Well, yeah, because they don't have to make an operating system that works with literally an infinite amount of configurations.
Yeah.
Like Windows has to work on so many different levels of hardware and types of hardware and brands of hardware and amounts of hardware and everything. I mean, there's just your computer is different from mine. My computer is different than Cameron's, you know, and my dad's computer is completely different. You just change one little tiny thing, all the different motherboards, RAM, I mean, just everything. Mm-hmm. You're going to have something not work properly. It's common sense. But whenever you're only developing for like a few laptops or a few computers and one fucking phone, because let's just be real here. All the iPhones are relatively the same. They might have a newer processor in it and a new GPU in it or whatever, but it's relatively the same. So it's so much easier for it to run properly and smooth. If it didn't run properly and smooth, Apple wouldn't be a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be like, okay, you have, 3 laptops, 2 desktops, and 1 phone, and it all runs like shit. You obviously suck at coding, so Apple would be no more. They wouldn't be what they are today. But because they keep themselves so closed off, and because they keep themselves with all the computers being relatively the same, it's so much easier to keep it running smooth. It should run smooth. If it didn't run smooth, they'd be bashed to hell. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing I always try to point out when people are like at work. They're constantly complaining about Windows. Oh, Windows is having this issue. Windows is having that. Well, yeah. I mean, your laptop. I mean, this is a work environment where they want everybody to be as close to each other as possible. I mean, yeah, they would love to have everybody to have, love for everybody to have the exact same laptop, but they can't, because you got one guy that is a new hire. He gets the brand new laptop. Well, guy that's been there for the last 10 years probably has a laptop that's like 5 years old at this point, and it's still working. So they're not going to just give him another, $10 or $1,000, $1,100 freaking work laptop whenever he doesn't need it right now. So everybody's running on different hardware, and you're going to run into problems. And it just always aggravates me when people, bash Windows because of stuff like that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess.
it just Apple caters to oversimplification, so it
Yeah.
makes it easier for the user. It makes
Right.
almost a better, more enjoyable user experience, and people like that. So just like the same thing with Linux and Windows for you, it's easier to use
Right.
Windows than
And
it
just
is
like,
Linux,
and I've
so it's
noticed that.
more enjoyable for you. So
And I noticed that with the Surface. The
Mhm.
Surface, it was literally, I mean, and not made because it has like Intel parts and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, it was literally designed from the ground up by Microsoft. Like, I mean, this is the exact RAM that they were planning on going with, the exact hard drives they were planning on going with, the exact motherboard and all the chips in
yeah,
it
so
and
I
everything.
can optimize it a
It
bit better than normal.
There is not a single freaking hiccup on that thing. It is. I will honestly say this. Okay, I have played with iPads and iPhones. I have owned Android tablets and Android phones, and I have now owned the Surface and the 2-in-1 that I have with the touchscreen. Out of all of them that I've played with, I honestly think that the Windows with touchscreen is my favorite.
Yeah,
It is absolutely so easy to use and so smooth, and just everything, just swiping in from the sides to get the menus, everything about it is just so much smoother. And I would have to honestly put Android at my lowest, like my least favorite as
yeah.
far
I
as
mean,
tablets
it's
go. Their
really is
tablets are
clunky to use.
horrible. I
Yeah.
don't know what they do wrong with the tablets, but the phone works perfectly fine. But the tablet, oh my god, it's such a nightmare.
It's I think people are just trying to the Androids are the cheap tablets, so they build to that specification, just like the
I
Google
mean,
ones and
the
stuff. I
Nexus
mean,
5 was a
you
cheap
can get a
phone, and it's freaking awesome.
yeah. Well, I think that's out of the norm. Google tried to do something different with that, so because there's really no reason to be a $700 Galaxy S3 or 5 or 6 or whatever they are on now.
Yeah.
There's they shouldn't be that much. There's got to be a huge markup on those phones. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the original point I was trying to make.
Gotta love when that happens.
Oh man,
But no,
I
I
can't even
mean,
remember.
um, it's just I don't know. It just I honestly think that Windows, if they had like their own, if they went the way of Apple and they basically made machines and cut it down to like 5 computers, 3 of them laptops, 2 of them desktops, and they had the Windows Phone and like a tablet. I honestly think that they would be a strong competitor for Apple.
Yeah, but
Extremely strong,
people
but they
don't
don't want
want
to
that.
do that. That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
It's like if they close themselves off just like Apple would, I guarantee you a lot more people would enjoy Windows because of the fact that it's going to run perfectly because that's what they
I
coded it
think it's
for.
also kind of the grass is always greener kind of concept. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's so much better," but I mean, reality, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had those issues, but I really don't have much
Me
issues with
either.
Windows.
I don't either. I
Though,
had the issues with Windows
besides the stupid
8.1, but
Arrow stuff breaking on my lap or my computer on Monday. That was
you
kind of
had an install from a completely different machine on completely different hardware.
yeah, I know,
It's
but
to be
just randomly
expected,
it
though.
breaks and it
But
was
it's to be
annoying.
expected. If it was a
Oh
fresh,
yeah,
clean install, you wouldn't have the problem.
no, of course not.
And
But
that's what I'm
when
saying.
there's like
So many people
five of them
complain about
installed
having
that had
issues with
3 different
Windows.
motherboards and
Like
yeah,
Windows always breaking. Oh, I can't do this. Windows crashes all the time. I can't even remember the last time I got a blue screen of death that wasn't because I was freaking overclocking.
yeah. hmm I mean, yeah, I mean,
The
like
whole
I said,
Jesus,
that
how
was
long have
the.
we been
I
running
think
Windows
that's the
7?
only like major issue that I've had with Windows in a long, long time.
Yeah,
Like I've changed motherboards on the same install of Windows and
exactly.
everything. I mean,
It
I've
boggles my
changed
mind whenever
platform.
people say
Well,
that. Oh, I could have. With my Linux computer, I haven't had to reboot it in like 2 years, or my Apple book or MacBook or whatever. I haven't had to reboot it in 2 years or whatever. It's still running. Well, I could probably do that with my Windows machine too. I just don't want to. Why the hell do you want to leave your computer on 24/7 for 2 years? I mean, do you really need it to be?
Oh, there was a point that I liked that. I had like this uptime app and stuff on my thing. I was like, yeah, it's been up for like 18
I can
days.
see that for a server. That's impressive.
Well,
I did
it
the same
wasn't for a
thing.
server. It's just like
That's
my
what I'm
personal
saying, though.
computer
My personal
was down.
computer,
like,
I turn it
wasting
off
power.
every night. Every night I turn it
turned
off.
Yeah.
I'm usually
just
like,
don't
okay,
sleep.
we're done playing games. I'm tired. All right, peace out, yo. I hang up Skype, go over, click, shut down. Out.
I used
There's
to just
no
hit the
point
button
for it
on
to
the
be
top of
on.
my PC and go, but then my cat started stepping on it, so I had to turn it off.
Because I hate having the setting for screens automatically turning off. I hate having the settings for computer automatically going to sleep after a certain amount of time. So I have all of those turned off, and leaving my computer on.
I do the monitors.
I don't do the monitors. That irritates me.
Doesn't bother me.
The thing I have a problem with is like, for me, the problem I'm having is like, unless you're watching a video full screen, it'll turn the monitors off while you're watching stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Never had that issue.
So like if I have like, Twitch open or whatever, and I'm watching a stream of, say, like the Counter-Strike matches or whatever, and I'm kind of like leaned back like this with my feet kicked up on the desk and watching, just chilling, and all of a sudden all the screens go off. I'm like, what the hell? I tap my mouse and then they all have to reconnect and come back on, and it shows the stupid Acer logo. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? So yeah, it gets pretty annoying. So I just turn all that off, but then I have to, if I want to leave my computer on but want to turn my monitors off at night, I got to turn that one off and then turn that one off and then turn that one off, and it just gets a pain in the ass. So I just shut down the whole computer because there's no point in it running if I'm not using it. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm downloading something, like if I wanted to render a video, I might hit render and then go to bed and then wake up the next day, but that's something different.
Yeah, I did that for last night. I guess Monday night when I went to bed. Set it to download GTA 5 and a bunch of other games on Steam. And,
because you had to re-download that 60 gigs.
Yeah, because I wiped both my hard drives. It was like, screw it.
Yeah,
going for a whole new system.
So, it was good. But yeah, to finish up this last article, because we went on a little tangent, but it was good though. Yeah, but yeah, you can only choose one of 9 faces, I guess, now that Apple has, and I guess they might add more later. And the last little dig that I put was that there's literally over like thousands. Like, I tried to look for an actual number, and the closest thing I could find was a thing on Reddit where somebody said there was like over 35,000 watch faces right now for Android Wear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like there's like,
be able. It's the same thing like the phones. You can't custom. I mean, you can change the background.
Well, that's what they say
like
in the
add widgets. Well,
what is this?
Add widgets? I can't even remember.
What's this? It says where is it at? Apple tips its virtually endless ways to make a smartwatch your own. What's more is you can constantly switch it up.
Except for the face.
So what they wanted to do. So one of their
big change between one of their pre-selected faces.
Yes, we are still live.
Yeah. It might be Twitch that you might have to refresh your stream.
Yeah, you might have to refresh it.
For some reason, mine does that. It like freezes up.
It's frozen up right now with me like biting my lip.
He probably can't hear us.
Really?
There we go. Well, I mean, because like, remember how when it like freezes up the stream for some reason?
Oh, yeah.
It's just Twitch being Twitch.
But one of their big points or whatever was telling people that they could customize their Apple Watch face by switching colors or adding more details such as minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. You can actually have it read milliseconds, and that was like their big deal. No, I had to run the kid to soccer. Oh, that's right. I think he's in Utah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? Okay.
All right. Here we are.
Well, thank you. I guess it's Aaron, but thank you, Aaron, for following us on Twitch. That's awesome. We got
Much appreciated.
We got an extra follower.
There we go. Besides you and me.
Besides you and me.
Gotta build it somehow.
Yep. We'll get there eventually. But so anyway, that's it.
Fun.
I mean, that's it for the articles that I have. I mean, like I said, in the YouTube version of this video, I'll put all these in the description along with a table of contents of the time points, which I like that about YouTube, by the way. Google fanboy. You can, yeah, like I didn't even. I was trying to figure out how people did that. Like how people broke it down and had like the link to each one. So I was like, okay, am I going to have to go like, right click and say, oh, give me a link at this time, and then go do like a bit.ly type thing? Or I was like, am I going to have to do that? But then I just like, oh, screw all that. So I just like, okay, at 5:03, we started talking about this. At 10 something 06 or whatever, I did this. And then it automatically made each one of those time points links. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I was like all super excited about it. I was sitting at work when I was doing it. I was like, oh my God, my mind is blown right now. It's like, how did it know that that's what I was talking about? It's just crazy. So I was all stoked about it. I was like playing around with it, clicking on each one and jumping around in the video. So yeah, all these links will be, in the description on YouTube or whatever. So, that's really it, though. I mean, I don't really have anything else to add. We're at about an hour on the money.
Yeah, it was pretty light since I was messing with my computer all week and didn't.
Because that guy sucks.
Much others.
This is the third week that you've held this up.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I didn't hold us up last week.
I read it. I read all these articles 5 minutes before we started.
But we started on time. I didn't hold this up. Not like this time.
True.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I missed something there.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
So you want to talk about anything, though? Is there any super exciting things you're doing? Are you going to mechanical keyboard sometime soon and get out of the peasantry of wireless rubber dome keyboards?
I need to, but they're expensive and I'm poor, so
they're not that bad. Well, that's right. I forgot.
$150,
dude. I'm telling you though. I think my next one. I don't know. I do want to buy another one because I miss my 10 key.
Yeah, the 10 key is nice.
The 10 key is very end of life server for server 2003. Oh
yeah.
Did they actually reach that? I thought that shit was going to go forever. To be quite honest.
What's the latest version? Is it
2011? No, 2011. Server 2011.
I can't even remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, server 2011. I have somewhere. I have the disk for it. I need to get my server back up.
Server?
No, it's Windows Server 2011.
Yeah, I know. I need to. I really like the
Suck K70. It up by a keyboard.
the K70 Chroma. You have all the sweet stuff going on. Like
hell yeah, RGB baby.
Yeah. What did I say? The Chroma? I meant the RGB. I don't know. But yeah, one of those.
Oh no, they have Windows LEDs, Server 2012 now.
What's that?
Yeah, Windows Server 2012. Yeah, I just looked it up. So yeah,
I remember.
I know I had 2011, and I know that one of my college courses or whatever was 2011.
Server, I think 2011.
No, I have Windows Server 2011 because I downloaded that because Windows Home Server was pissing me off.
Yeah.
Because it was through DreamSpark for the school.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that.
I downloaded it through there. Newegg is your friend.
Yeah, I know. Though I do like the 2-day shipping from Prime. Though I usually ship stuff like when I'm going up to my parents' house in South Carolina, so it's free or no tax, because now in Florida they charge tax for Amazon, which does suck. So try to go to Newegg for big purchases, or if I'm going to South Carolina, I ship it there.
Yeah, I bought most of my actually I think I bought all of my computer stuff. My new build, Project Crimson.
From Newegg.
Link to that video will be up here. No, I'm just kidding. But I bought all of it from Newegg. I was going to buy some from Amazon. I think there was the H440 case was cheaper on Amazon when I was trying to buy it. But I think it was just a link that I had for it was just the H440 red, and so I just literally just like right clicked the link and just said like bookmark, like I didn't actually open it, and it was only like I think it was on sale for 109 instead of 129 or 130. And so I got all excited about it and just bookmarked it and then left at the end of the day at work or something like that. And then when I got home to order it, it was the actual red one, like the
Oh, really?
whole case is red.
That would be an awesome plugin.
Yeah, can you post a link to that plugin if you have it?
Or the name of it, at least.
Or at least the name of it. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I know, like, there's a few websites that do stuff like that. At least that compare prices and stuff. But
yeah, Parts Picker.
I remember
PC
way
Part
back
Picker.
in the day. What was it? Oh man,
PC Parts Picker is my favorite website.
I don't think it was PC Parts Picker. It was. I can't even remember. I used
GeoCities?
it a long time ago. it was like GeoCities days. But oh man, what did they use for it all the time? I can't remember. But yeah, it had all the database for the sites. It didn't actively search though. People had to update it manually.
I got a question for you, friend. Since you're here and we're talking and we're on the show.
All right.
What do you think about getting special guests?
That's fine. It'll be fun. They'll add something extra.
I already asked Mr. Grace. Mr. Grace, if he wanted to be a special guest and do like a mobile centered show.
Yeah.
Talk about mobile phones and tablets and all that kind of stuff. And he was he's like, hell yeah, I'm down. So yeah, he said that it would be cool, but I'd have to give him, at least a week or two notice at least. So it'd be one of those.
There you go. We got another guest right here.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. We'll have to do that though. I mean, I really think that would be a lot of fun. So we'd have to get, if
we have this space in the middle.
Yeah, the space in the middle. I can kind of spread. Oh shit! I can't. Where is it? That side. I can push this over. But yeah, so I really thought about doing something like that. I mean, we don't actually. What we could do even is we could probably have, each corner. We don't really need articles at that point if we're just going to be talking about. It would just be like this. We would just be talking and. Aaron. Well, now we have two Aarons, so that would be a pain in the ass. But so yeah, like that Aaron and the other Aaron, they could all be just talking about random stuff. So grab a beer, sit back.
Both Aarons at the same time.
I think it would be a really cool thing because I mean we could all have our own points, and it would just be like us just sitting around the table or sitting on the couch just talking shit.
Indeed.
So I've been thinking about that.
There you go.
Advertise in my computers group on Google+.
Yeah.
You want me to advertise my show, or you're going to advertise my show?
He can when we have him on as a guest.
Ah. You have a computers group on Google+, and you haven't, asked me to join it?
No, because you like
I'm hurt.
Google.
I'm hurt.
You're a Windows guy, and he's a Linux guy. It just doesn't work out.
I think he's a Linux guy. Am I right that you're a Linux guy? I can't remember. For some reason, I want to think that you are.
Man, I'm trying to think the last Linux that I tried. It has to be way back in the day. Red Hat, when the Red Hat was big.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah.
2000? I don't even remember.
Red Hat is mostly enterprise
Red
stuff
Hat,
now.
And then there was another one though, and I used that other one. I can't remember what it is.
Well,
it's forever ago.
I'm a Linux guy. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't think you're one of the ones that always commented when I was really actually pissed off looking for help for Windows. I don't think he was one of the ones that was just Linux and that's it. I hate those people. There's a couple of people on my Google Plus that literally just typed in Linux as their answer. That was it. It wasn't hey, switch to Linux. I can help you learn it. It's just Linux. And that's all they post. Nothing else.
Linux is different. It's definitely
Linux is cool, and I really want to learn how to use it. I sit around when I'm bored, and I'm just I'm going to install Linux.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yes.
If that's a Linux distro
It
or
is.
whatever they call
It
them.
will. I think. Yeah, I think it is a distro. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many different things. That's what is so irritating about it.
Yeah.
Because you go on Reddit and you're like, oh, well, what's the best Linux distro I should use for a noob? And like within like an hour, you have say 50 people comment on it, and all 50 of them name a different one. It's like, oh, that does not help me at all. It doesn't help me. I know Ubuntu.
In reality, they're all the same.
And Ubuntu was the main one that I have used. Ubuntu was the main one that I used, and I've tried Linux Mint, and Linux Mint was okay. I liked it. I liked the way that it looked and everything, but I never tried it on my main rig. Like I've never tried it. I never tried it on a main rig where I actually had resources, if that makes any sense. Like I always tried it on my old ass laptop to try to bring that old laptop back to life. And Ubuntu was the first one that ever did it. Like an old one. I think it was Ubuntu 12.1. I think it was 12.1. That woke that old HP laptop I had. It woke it up like crazy. Like it ran way better than I think XP was on it at that time. It ran so much better than XP.
I remember you saying it was better than even 7.
So I definitely want to learn how to use it. The old HP laptop I had, the old one, like the old gray one.
Is that the one that you have
that's the one?
On? No, that's a different one.
No, the different one. No, this was the very first HP laptop that Kristen bought back when we were at the Emerson house, like back when I had the blue Supra.
I think one of those $500 or like $400 Black Friday deals back then. So it was a cheap one to begin with.
Yep. And it like developed the freaking like rainbow lines going vertically on the screen on one side. But man, I'll tell you what though, like the first time I tried Ubuntu was on that laptop, and it was a whole different machine after I put Ubuntu on it. But then like the Unity, they went to Unity or whatever, and it what is it? I don't know. It's so many people pronounce it so many different ways. It's GNOME, genome. Somebody say GNOME. I don't know how to pronounce that shit anymore. I always pronounce it like the G is silent. So the GNOME environment or whatever you want to call it, that's the one that ran the best on my current HP laptop that has Windows 10 on it now. But
do they still have like KDE or something?
Yeah, they have KDE. They have LXDE. I mean, oh my god, dude, they have. There is just so many. It really is a pain in the ass. That's the main reason why I don't use it, is because there's just so many different types, and you don't know which one is the best one to run. And everybody's like, "Well, just try them. Just try them until you like
flavor."
Yeah,
it's like I mean, there's not any best one. It's just whatever you like the best.
That's what I'm saying, though. How do you try them all out? Jesus, you'd be spending...
You just try it, and if you want to try something new, you change it up. But, I mean, there's no real reason.
But I know wind blows.
Is that a environment, wind blows?
Wind blows?
That'd be awesome if it was.
It would be, because it's actually getting kind of hot in here, and if I had wind blows right now, it might feel a little bit better. It might cool me off a little bit. But I honestly...
you light on in the back, or is that just the light?
No, that's the light, the top light reflecting off of the Batman poster.
I thought you had that light
shining
on you. I'm like, no wonder it's hot.
No. I do honestly think that Microsoft has definitely nailed it with Windows 10, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I honestly think...
try it.
Because I'm a realist.
I wanted to try Windows 8, though.
You know that I'm a realist, and you know that
RPM equals Red Hat. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means either. RPM equals Red Hat. Like, are you saying Red Hat is good for speed? Maybe? I don't know.
I just remember that was one of the main ones back in the day.
But like
other one.
Windows XP, everybody knows Windows XP was extremely stable, and it was good. Then Windows 7 came out, or Vista. We won't talk about that. Vista was okay
No,
if you
it's the
had the
same as Windows
resources.
7, isn't
But
it?
it was okay if you had the resources. The problem that we talked about, I
Yeah,
think we talked about this last week actually,
I think it was. Yeah,
was
because
that
they'd
it
stick it with like
released it
a
on
Vista system
shit
with
machines.
1 gig of RAM. Oh,
Yeah.
file format.
So it didn't really work that well. Oh, RPM equals Red Hat. It's a file format. RPM is a file format. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like Vista was okay, whatever. And then 7 came out, and 7 was awesome. And I told you that Windows 8 has been fine for now, but you know the problems that I had with it when I first started trying to use it. It was a pain in the ass. And
I think that's just because you suck at computers.
and then it might be. It might be. But
because of random driver issues. I don't know.
it
I
was
don't know.
fucking weird. It really irritated me.
Like your
So
sound card was like
right.
screwing it up for some reason.
And like I kept having all these issues with it. So then I finally got it working, and I haven't really had much of a problem with it lately. But you know that I still don't. I mean, I like it because it's fast, it's light, and all that other kind of stuff or whatever. But Windows 7, I still liked better overall. Like, if I had to like give it a rating of like the whole entire thing from top to bottom, I would definitely say that I liked 7 better.
Yeah.
And
I like Windows 7. It's pretty. It runs good.
and I have admitted that, but honestly, I think Windows 10 is like the new 7.
Yeah.
With the whole
Excited to
DirectX
try
12
it.
shit
Well, I'm
coming
probably
out.
not going to do a preview though, unfortunately.
No. I'm not gonna. Oh my god, dude, I was like seriously that close to updating
Well,
my main rig to Windows 10 Tech Preview over the weekend just because I was so bored. I'm glad I didn't, because I know that it would have spelled disaster. I know that.
you would have had a free format or something.
So when
That's
it
the thing,
comes
like,
out though, and it's
reformatted
official,
my computer 3 times in 10 years.
right?
So it's
Pretty
kind of
good.
a problem.
But I mean, like the minute that it goes available, like 100%, here it is, it's done. I'm definitely upgrading.
Yeah,
I will
because
come.
they will have that free upgrade or
Yep.
whatever that they were talking about.
I will
Is that
definitely
still
upgrade. Oh yeah.
a go? Because I
Yep.
haven't like heard like a press release from Microsoft saying it's always on the site, but I haven't really searched for it.
Windows 7 and 8 and 8.1 will all get the free upgrade to Windows 10 as long as you do it within the first year. If after a year.
Samsung S5. Oh, it's Galaxy S5. You mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he has the
I still have
S5.
an old Galaxy S3.
I still have Kristen's
don't want
out
to
there.
pay $700 for a new phone.
I have Kristen's cousin. Her mom has an S3 that, like, I think the charging port on it broke. And yeah, she sent it back with Kristen when she came back from North Carolina, and it's dead. And I have Kristen's old white Galaxy S3 sitting out there next to the MyTouch 3G.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my my Nexus 5, which has been my favorite phone that I've ever owned in my life.
Yeah.
This phone is awesome.
It's like I don't want to spend $350 on a 2-year-old phone now.
Yeah. Oh no. I
discount. Give it to me for
agree.
like $275, and I'll probably buy it. But oh man,
Cats.
Get out of the way, cat.
Kristen and I are actually possibly thinking about switching carriers, though.
You gonna do the Google carrier?
No. I'm not that big of a fanboy.
You thought about it for a second. You're like,
well, I thought about it, but then I remembered that I would have to buy a Nexus 6.
You don't want a Nexus 6? What do you want to go with then?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like we're thinking about, as much as I don't really want to, but the lesser of two evils
going with an iPhone?
For me would be AT&T. Because every single time I have no service on my phone, there's some asshole right next to me with an AT&T phone that has full freaking bar of LTE. I swear to God, it irritates me to no end.
I went on that trip all around the United States, man. My phone didn't even work T-Mobile because it sucks. And then my sister, well, she has an old, I think, iPhone 4, I think it is. But yeah, 3G everywhere in the middle of North Dakota, middle of nowhere. She has 3G, no big deal. So it's like, man, I really need that, but it's a lot more expensive.
That's the thing with T-Mobile though. They're really good inside the city. Like as long as you're in a big city, they're fine. I mean, they have some of the fastest LTE speeds available, but where I live and travel, horrible for traveling. Absolutely horrible. I mean, I could just get on the freaking Ingress is called. I just like I can literally drive a block down my road and I lose signal. And then I could go 10, like maybe 2 more blocks, and then I have full LTE again. And then I turn a corner and it says no service again. I'm like, what the? How do I go 100 feet and I lose signal? I don't understand how that works, but it's just aggravating as hell. And the big problem that we're having with them right now is that after. You remember the thing I told you about where they've been charging us for the insurance on our phones for like all that time?
Oh yeah,
like forever.
And then
they gave us that. They gave us that like what was it, like $80-something credit or whatever towards our account, and they're like, okay, it's canceled. I got the note. We canceled it. Here's your $80 something credit or whatever. You basically have no bill this month, and from now on, your bills won't be over $115 a month, is what they said. Our next month's bill or whatever is $185.
185.
185. And then I'm like, Kristen told me this yesterday. I'm like, $185. I'm like, why? And she's like, I honestly have no idea. And then so we were, yeah, dude, I don't understand. I still haven't looked at the bill. The only thing I could think of, but that wouldn't be the case either, is because I can't go over on data. I just lose 4G and I have unlimited of slow shit from like that's like probably less than 56K. But like that's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. So it's not like I'm paying for going over minutes or over on texts or any overages at all. So I don't understand why it's so expensive. And Kristen said that we're still paying for insurance on our phones, which is like $12 per phone a month. So 24.
Yeah, I'd call them up and be like, listen, you guys suck, so I'm canceling.
And then so that's the thing though, is because I think we still owe a little bit on our phones because we're doing the month-to-month thing to pay off our phones. And so that's the problem that I don't know is how it's going to work.
Phones.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
If you get new ones.
Well, yeah, that's the one that kind of sucks though, is that all the free phones with starting a new contract at AT&T are shitty.
Well, just use your AT&T phone. Just call them up and tell them, listen, your service sucks. Unlock my phone, which I don't think they're locked.
They're not locked. No, Nexus devices come straight from like Google in the Play Store.
Yeah.
Except for the Nexus 6. The Nexus 6 is homo.
You suck. Bye. I'm going elsewhere. And just go sign up. You can even do like
But how does that work with us owing for the phone though?
Track. What's that?
We'd have to pay off the phones. Yeah, so that's the part that kind of sucks.
I mean, how much do you owe on them?
I don't know.
Much.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's very much.
$400 phone.
Yeah.
And you've had it for like a year and a half, so it's what, $40, $50?
Maybe. That'd be nice, because I already knew that I could use these on AT&T. I just go get an AT&T SIM card and pop it in. I'm done. But the plan, I worked out a plan with bringing our own phone. It's like it started off as like $40 for like the access charge to their network or system or whatever you want to call it, infrastructure, and I think it was like $40 if you were going to get a phone from them. If you decided that you were going to pay full price for a phone, just outright, pay up front, or bring your own device, then it was $25 instead of $40 a month.
That's cheap.
And then when I added the second line, they both went. The first line went down to $15, and the second line was $15. And then so I was like, well, they don't really have unlimited data. So I was like, okay, well they do, but they don't have unlimited LTE. So I was like, okay, I wonder how much data I'll be using, because now I won't have the T-Mobile free music streaming, and that's like my biggest data eater is streaming music. So I was like, oh, man, I'm going to have to up it from 2 gigs. 2 gigs is not going to be enough. And so I upped it to 5 gigs per phone. So 10 gigs a month shared, I guess, basically. And I think it worked out to like $130 a month.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
For unlimited calling, texts, and 10 gigs of data.
Yeah.
$130 a month. And I'm like, okay, but I'm like, it's not really gonna, I mean, it's saving a little bit of money, but not a whole lot, and it is going back to AT&T, which I hated AT&T back when I first had them. But the big thing is gaining the coverage.
Usability of it, yeah.
The usability of it will be crazy because, like, we were in,
especially when we traveled to
Chili's.
Where are we going?
LAN. We're going to go to
which one?
Counter-Strike LAN.
Go? Oh no, we gotta go to ESL.
We're going to DreamHack.
The ESL ESA Pro League.
We're going to DreamHack.
I wish. Are you paying?
Isn't that Europe?
Tektopia TV getting
yes. Tektopia TV is getting backed by them.
Gonna pay for it?
Yep.
With all
Tektopia TV. Well, actually, no, they're paying for us to go there and help broadcast the show.
There we go.
That was a surprise. That's why I have the Counter-Strike background right now on the stream. That's because they're going to supply us with a hotel and all that stuff, and
plane flights
and Asian prostitutes and stuff. But no, I don't know. I don't know which would be the best to go to. I definitely want to go to one at least once.
We should do because the ESEA has the big. They just announced their big $1 million league.
Okay, where's that at?
Well, they're gonna have. Well, I think it alternates between here and Europe. So I don't know when the first one is. I think the first one's in Cologne. Yeah, and then the next one will be in.
Let me guess, Los Angeles.
No, they're going to do LA. It is LA.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Just an extra long drive, or we could fly.
California.
It's all right. It's an In-N-Out burger, man. In-N-Out burger is great. Aaron lives in Utah, right?
I think he lives in Utah, yeah.
But yeah, I think they have In-N-Out burger there. That and what was it? When I went to Salt Lake City, had Crown Burger. The pastrami topped burger. That's crazy. I'm fat, so I like food. But
yeah, because skinny people can't like food.
I love Utah. I love that place. I want to go back there so bad.
Why is it pretty?
Arches. Oh yeah, Arches and like that whole area between Zion and Arches, and it's just awesome.
Well, that was the one thing I was going to mention because I know he's from that area, but. They were talking about T-Mobile whenever I searched for... Last night I searched for, should I go with T-Mobile or AT&T is what I searched. Just so I could see if anybody was actually switching, because I wanted to see if anybody was comparing on Reddit. And there was a few. And the big thing that some guy said was like he was going from... Hold on, I might get this wrong. Is Biloxi in Utah?
No.
Where's Biloxi?
Mississippi, I think.
That's not Biloxi, though. Maybe it is. No, it's not Biloxi. Okay, what's a city in Utah... What? Yeah, I think it's in Mississippi. What's a big, not a big, but decent-sized city outside of Salt Lake? If I see the name, it might ring a bell.
I'm drawing a big blank now.
Google Maps.
Oh, yeah. I'm drawing a huge blank.
Oh, don't let everybody see where I live. Scroll out quickly. Let's see. So Utah, Provo? No. Murray.
That's like a suburb of
Ogden. No, that's not Ogden. Logan?
It's like another like city.
He said that.
What's south?
Because he can't be driving from Biloxi all the way to there. I mean, I guess he could be Provo. No. Maybe it was Provo. I think it is Provo. Yeah, it's probably Provo because it looks like it's highway. But there's a lot of towns there. But anyway, the guy basically mentioned that on with T-Mobile, when he would drive from Salt Lake City to, I believe it was, Provo, he would get like zero coverage Like he would be driving around through Salt Lake City. Oh look, I got full bars LTE, and then as soon as he it's like, oh, you're leaving the city limits. It just, like right at the freaking sign, pretty much. He said it just died. That was it.
Yeah.
It was done. And then he
That's
said
like
he had
when I drove out
no
west.
service until he got to the next bigger town or whatever, and then it came back. And it's just like,
Yeah.
what the
No
hell?
joke though. T-Mobile. What was it? If you go scroll out on the map, Sioux Falls, no. It's all like over in that area. I can't remember what I no, it's not Iowa.
South Dakota.
Is it South Dakota?
Yep.
It's
Sioux
right
Falls.
on like the edge, the border, anyways.
Yeah.
Isn't it? But
Right
anyways, yeah, you gotta. I think it was Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
where no coverage started, and then I drove all the way out, and I didn't get coverage again until almost Seattle. No coverage on T-Mobile at all.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
That's
like several days of driving.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, absolutely no coverage all the way almost to
be
Seattle.
fair, you are going through South Dakota and Montana.
But still, my sister, the middle of nowhere, has 3G. This is back in, 2000? I mean, it was only a few years ago. LTE wasn't big then. Plus, she only has an iPhone 4. But yeah, full bars 3G, and I have nothing. Not even GSM. I couldn't even make a phone call without being roaming or whatever.
Right. Do we not have any viewers, or is it just me? Like the little red guy, like it had 2 next to it, and now it's just like there's no number next to it at all.
Oh,
not
that's
even
'cause sometimes
0.
it freezes up. It's just
Stupid
Twitch.
Twitch. I hate it. I swear. Yeah, I don't know.
But,
maybe it was,
yeah, I mean, that's one thing I want to do is switch just for travel, but I don't travel. But yeah, it's so much more expensive.
what?
AT&T and Verizon compared to T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Because even Sprint's not bad, but still their network.
That's the
sucks.
thing.
It's
like
better than T-Mobile.
It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't live where I live. I mean, and we don't even live, and it's not like I'm like hella rural either. It's not like I live out in freaking farm
Florida.
country. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Florida's like a pretty narrow state. I mean, damn, how hard is it to freaking get good coverage?
Yeah, I think I know they keep talking about it's like the 700 megahertz band or something like that. They're enacting that now when it's supposed to start rolling out, and you'll have a lot better building penetration. And then I assume since it penetrates buildings because it's lower frequency, it'll travel further. So like it'll be better in that aspect. Look who it is. It is Cameron. But yeah, so I guess they were talking about that. So it'll help increase their coverages with using less towers just because I don't know. But they've been talking about upgrading their network forever, but it always seems to be just that they just upgrade cities and that's it. The top, I don't know, whatever they call it, metropolitan areas, but just mainly where people live. Because they like those to throw around those percentages. Our network, our 4G LTE covers 10 million people. Blah blah blah. So, but yeah, so this guy's talking on the phone now in the middle of the show, and I have to talk about random stuff, and I have no control over the compute stick or nothing. But yeah, I guess we can kind of talk about the Google stuff. I wish the Google. I'm curious to see what you're laughing about.
No, tomorrow is a kite day apparently at Cameron's school, and he didn't tell me until like 7:00.
Oh, okay. So you have to go get him a kite.
So I'm like, I got to drive out and get a kite, and then Kristen's like, I can stop and get one. So then she was sending me pictures of a Ninja Turtle one, and he said he wanted a Star Wars one. So then she found one that's red with a Stormtrooper's face on it. So I brought him in here, and he's like, yeah, I want it. And then I was getting ready to answer her back, and she's impatient, and so she called me and was asking me.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
I'm live right now. And she's like, oh, hi, everybody. I'm like, they can't hear you.
Indeed.
Oh, wow. Oh, my family. All right. I think this is ran its course. It's been an hour and a half. Thank you for everybody that came out. This is Tektopia TV. We're going to stream Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it wasn't
as long as
that
I don't
guy,
format my computer at Tuesday.
So, but yes, we are going to go live every Wednesday at 8 Eastern Standard Time for you Utah people.
If you're watching us on YouTube, we stream live on Twitch on TektopiaTV.
Yep. The link to that will be in the description below, as well as a table of contents with the time. What do you call those? Time stamps?
Bulletins?
The timestamps for each of the articles that we talked about and discussed and all that kind of stuff and topics or whatever. But I really just wanted to make sure I was thinking about just completely like canceling the show for this week, but I really wanted to post something.
No, I wanted to get it done.
So I wanted to at least have something because all the stuff to review and stuff on my channel ran pretty dry.
Indeed.
I don't have money pouring out of my ass.
Extra articles or anything you want us to talk about, just hit us up on social media.
Yep. It's Tektopia TV on Twitter. You can do at Unithius on Twitter if you want to do. I need to get those lower thirds so that people know what our Twitter accounts are.
Yeah, I am at TektopiaTV. I basically just follow a bunch of people and tweet when I'm live streaming, and that's about it.
And he live streams.
You can talk to me. I'll start talking if people talk to me. What's that?
I said you live stream games.
Yes, my
Hey, our homeboy is asking if we're playing tonight.
Oh, Kenny?
Yeah. Sure, if he doesn't want to play at frickin' midnight.
Yeah.
God, it's so late.
Yeah, well, he does work the night shift, so.
I know. He's like
for us.
He's like a vampire now. But anyway,
but anyways, yes.
So yeah, like I said, all the links to everything will be in the description on YouTube. If you have any articles or topics that you would like us to talk about next week, feel free to send them to us. Like I said, it's Tektopia TV on Twitter, Tissimo TV on Twitter for him, and comment on the YouTube video if you're watching this on YouTube, and just let us know anything that you would like us to talk about for next week, and we will definitely add that into the show, I guess.
Yep.
So thank you for watching and coming out, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Peace.